Good morning. My name is Marian Diaconu. I'm the managing director of Qualysoft Romania. I will present you a little bit about the Qualysoft group, and then I will focus on our BPM expertise. And industry case study here, we have actually a list of references, sorry. Later on at 4 o'clock, I believe, we have another workshop where we will be presenting how we took business processing and brought it into a document. It's quite an interesting approach. So, Qualysoft was established in 1999. It has a presence in 7 countries, over 380 employees, out of which around 10% are administrative and sales, and the rest of 90% are consultants, technology experts. In Romania, out of the large range of services and expertise, we focus on resource management, business solutions, and application management on 4 verticals, as you can see. Now, a few things about why customers choose Qualysoft, or why customers are depending on our services. We have 14 years of growth. We are an international company. We service customers with international staffing, so we have experts from different countries and experts on different fields. We provide a wide range of services. We're flexible and dynamic. Again, going through the main type of expertise and services we're providing in Romania. Of course, you can find this information on our website as well. And we get down to the BPM expertise. Now, we've been doing BPM for 10 years. We've been doing BPM in Romania since 2007. As a consultant, we are not technology dependent, so we have different type of technologies that we use in our projects with the customers. And you have here the most important ones. Yes, technology from IBM, Software AG, open source technology as well. When we are talking about BPM, of course, we talk about processes, but what is the process? Because I've heard here people saying about a sales process. Sure, okay. A marketing process. Quite okay as well. But to us, a process is from the moment the first information coming from outside your company triggers an event in your company, to the moment the last information exits your company and does not generate an additional event to your company. That's when your business process has ended. The others are sub-processes. And when we address a BPM implementation, we take a very good look at analysis of the processes. We have an entire know-how, and we have a model on how we address this. Interviews with all the employees involved in every department. We do the process analysis, we do the modeling, and then we start doing simulation. Now, simulation requires that we identify with you parameters on each step of the process. And the parameters are cost parameters, social parameters. So once we have this defined, then you can look at your process to see the value of the information, the amount of information that goes through it, and of course, you have the image on how your process is running. We provide you with a process architecture, and then we take a look at the integration. That's why the title of this presentation is Innovation through Integration. Business process management is not a solution. It's not something you take off the shelf and put in your company. It's not going to happen. It's not God's software. It's just software. It's not going to solve all your problems as well. Business process management is about measuring your processes throughout the company, throughout your other systems. It doesn't replace any system, and it's on top of the other systems just as a measuring and control option for you. So integration is a very important step, because without integration you cannot measure effectively. And we will see further on as we address the idea of real time, because we hear it a lot. I want a solution that will give me real-time answers. Let's see what real-time is actually. So we finish the integration. Now, of course, occasionally we need some front-end solutions. And then we go and do the monitoring and controlling, and finally, the optimization. Through 10 years of experience in BPM, we have several customers in different areas: utilities, OMV, finance, Unica, Raiffeisen, Airport Zurich, T-Mobile, manufacturing as well. Business process management allows you to cut costs, but it's not the type of cost cutting we're used to. I'm gonna reduce the costs in this department. How many people do I have? 5. Okay, 3 of them can do the job. That's cost reduction. No, that's not cost reduction. The second paragraph: an organization is as strong as the weakest of its processes. Very true. It's been said by a BPM guru. And of course, to analyze and to see where your weakest process is, you have to simulate, you have to analyze, you have to model, you have to do all those steps. So give it a thought. Give it a thought about BPM, and think about the fact that it will show you cost cutting can be much easier, and it's actually in an area where you never thought of. I was mentioning earlier monitoring. You've drawn your business processes. Maybe you needed an ISO certification, and then you had to draw procedures. And from these procedures, you came to processes, and you were happy with it. Well, I have modeled my processes. I have a BPM solution. Okay, how do you measure it? You don't. Because measuring is monitoring in real time. And measuring is about performance indicators that you define and then you monitor. And going back, this requires integration. This requires an integration layer, not simple web services that a developer just makes in one day, and okay, I need to move this data to this, from this system to this system, and that's okay. Yeah, I checked, it's valid. Goodbye. No, even that integration needs to be monitored, because you have to verify your data, the content. Is it the same data? Is it accurate? BPM is not going to measure everything you need. As I said, it's not the ultimate solution, unfortunately. And last but not least, again, we need to understand very well your processes. This requires a very good analysis. Why BPM? I think it's pretty clear, but this brings us to the real time. Moving to real-time processing. Okay, timely analysis of the cause. Okay, again, great. But what is real-time? And the last, real-time alerting on key performance indicators. Real-time is different from one company to another company. To, let's say, a production company and a logistics process, real-time could be 2 minutes. Yeah? Okay. To an insurance company, real time can be 1 hour. And that's real time for them. If they can take action in 1 hour, then they improve their business. Real time per second doesn't exist. It's a myth. Never happens. This is an example of a process in a company without a BPM. You see, you have the actors, top management, middle management, sales, logistics, backend systems. They all talk one to another. They exchange data, they exchange information, and that information is available to a queue of customers. And then they talk to the customers, and they get information. Again, they talk one to another, and let's see how long it takes to get the right answer to the customer. Yeah, it's finished now, off to the next customer. What happens when you have a BPM? You have a framework. You have the same players, nothing has changed. Top management, middle management, execution, sales. But everybody talks through the BPM framework. Customers get answers much faster. Of course, this is just a virtual simulation, but we have real-life examples that this is how it functions. Sorry. What's next? The BPM lifecycle. It's endless. Yes, you have to know that as well. You design, you model, you execute, you monitor, you optimize, then you go back and design, model, execute, monitor, optimize, and so on, because business is dynamic, because the market is dynamic, and you need to do that. You don't just buy the solution, finished, and no, it never ends. Some of our references as for industry, finance, utilities, telco, industry and commerce, technologies that we use in our projects, and technology partners. This information is also available on the website. Thank you. Questions?